Hi, and welcome to the Extension Network. My name is Brittany Lee, and I'm the 4-H agent with Cobb County Extension. And joining with me today is
Kathleen McElroy. I'm with UGA Cobb Extension. I'm a 4-H program assistant.
So today's show is going to feature our annual Cobb 4-H plant sale. Each year, Cobb 4-H brings you brand new plants, shrubs, herbs, flowers, anything to make your garden the perfect pop of color. Now we know 2020 was a rough year. In fact, when we had our last plant sale, it was right at the beginning of the pandemic. So we know the plant sale kind of brings back, oh my goodness, it was 2020. But 2021 is going to be a brand new year. In fact, we actually today have made our plant sale fundraiser have the theme about an Audrey Hepburn quote. And her quote is, "To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow." And we truly believe that. And that's why Kathleen and I are dressed today, channeling our inner Audrey Hepburn, because we have to believe that. Tomorrow is going to be better, and gardening can help you do just that. In fact, one of our plant sale patrons last year, because people were coming in, they were picking up their plants, we did drive-through, wearing masks, we were putting plants in the back of their cars just to prevent anybody being super close. We had the sweetest email from one of our plant sale patrons, and I want to share that with you because that really reminded us of why we do what we do. She specifically said, "Working in the garden is what is keeping me sane right now, as my husband is an infectious disease doctor. Thanks for helping to raise our spirits during this difficult time." And that's what we're trying to do. Gardening can be a perfect way for you to de-stress, calm yourself, be outside in nature, and also a way to spruce up your yard. And in fact, not only are you doing all of that, it's for a great cause. Our Cobb 4-H plant sale is a fundraiser for our 4-H department and for our A&R department. We're raising funds for kids so we can provide summer camp scholarships, conference scholarships, provide these kids with opportunities so that they can do our public speaking contest and grow into the adults that we know they're going to be. And you can help us do that all while de-stressing and calming yourself and sticking to our Audrey Hepburn quote, "To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow." We're believing in these kids, and we're believing that 2021 is going to be a way better year than 2020. So let's find out what some of the featured plants are today. We're super excited. And Miss Kathleen, take it away and let's feature our first few plants.
All right, here's the first one. This is a new variety of azaleas that we're offering. It's called Azalea Gumbo Pink. Our azaleas this year are both evergreen. This is really cool because it has cotton pink trumpet-shaped flowers, and it will grow to about 3 feet tall with a 3-foot spread. It does need partial sun to filtered sun, and this one blooms mid to late spring. The next one that we have is Azalea Hilda Niblet. Now this is really cool. I love the peach and white flowers that this will give you, and it's got a lower growth habit. It will only grow to about 1 foot high. It's also an evergreen, and you want to plant this in partial shade, and it will bloom in early spring. So get both of those azaleas. You'll have blooming all through the spring. The next plant that we have is crepe myrtle catawba. And with crepe myrtles, you will get interest all year long, ornamental interest all year long. This particular crepe myrtle has purple flowers, and then in the fall it will get bright orange leaves, and in the winter time you're going to get that mottled bark. So the crepe myrtle for catawba here is going to have purple blooms as opposed to our crepe myrtle Carolina Beauty, which will bring you red flowers, and that will bloom midsummer to early fall. It'll get to about 15 to 20 feet, and it needs to be planted in full sun to partial shade.
Wow, those azaleas and the crepe myrtles, those sound beautiful. I feel like I definitely need to plant some of those in my yard. I think they're going to be a hit this year with the Cobb 4-H plant sale. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, each year our Cobb 4-H plant sale brings in money for our 4-H program. Every year, Cobb 4-H, we reach over 2,000 youth through the Cobb County School District as well as the Marietta City School District. We teach hands-on science programming in 5th grade. We teach public speaking skills, leadership skills, communication skills, healthy living, STEM, you name it, we do it in Cobb 4-H because we are preparing our youth to be hardworking adults who can be self-sufficient in tomorrow's world. They're our future. They are going to be our leaders, and that's what this plant sale fundraiser is for. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you a few of our 4-Hers and what they mean to us and what 4-H means to them. These are some of our star 4-Hers, and I'm going to show you their picture as well as show you what they say about 4-H and what it means to them. And so I'm going to first start off with our 4-Her, Jazlyn. And you will see Jazlyn on the screen, and I've got a little picture of Jazlyn here as well. And one of her statements about 4-H, because we asked our 4-Hers, what does 4-H mean to you? And this is what Jazlyn shared with us. My favorite 4-H memory is when I did my Cloverleaf County Project Achievement public speaking contest. When I did my speech, I was nervous. But when I finished, I realized that it had helped me to be better at speaking. 4-H has also helped me by being myself. It made me feel more creative and unique. All in all, 4-H has helped me be a better person inside and out through speech and helped me be myself and to be creative. So to Jazlyn, that's what 4-H means to her. It helped her build her public speaking skills, and it helped her to feel unique and creative, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. We love having Jazlyn in our program. She's one of our younger 4-Hers. She actually just joined last year, and she has truly blossomed this year in 4-H, and we are forever grateful that we're able to work with Jazlyn. So you are helping just by purchasing plants and adding to your yard. You're helping a 4-Her just like Jazlyn to have the best and positive experience that they can have through Cobb County 4-H. Now that you've heard Jazlyn's story, we've got a few more plants to share with you. Now the other ones were some of our new plants. These are some tried and true favorites that I think you're going to be glad that are back in our 4-H plant sale bunch this year. Kathleen?
All right, so we have got Edgeworthia Chrysantha or paper bush. This is just a favorite for our Cobb County patrons. The reason why is because it will actually bloom during the winter. So this is great for those pollinators during the winter time. And it's beautiful. You get these creamy yellow flowers in the winter. And it's fragrant. So you want to plant this somewhere where people can stop and smell the Edgeworthia, if you will. You do want to plant it in full shade to partial sun. And again, this is a fan favorite. We're glad to have it back. We also have Frostproof Gardenia. I've got the Edgeworthia and the Gardenia in my yard, so they've done very well there. Also a beautiful fragrant flower. It is evergreen. The long slender leaves will last throughout the winter time. You can keep it in a pot, but if you put it in the ground, it'll be about 3 feet tall. It does need full to partial sun, and it blooms in the summertime.
All right. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have lots of people try to stock up on their gardenias and Edgeworthia. So don't forget, add that to your plant sale order this year. These are always fan favorites every single year. So at the last segment, I featured Jazlyn. Y'all saw Jazlyn on the screen. I told you about her story, and she talked about Cloverleaf Project Achievement. And I didn't really tell you too much about that, but let me explain the Project Achievement Public Speaking Contest. This is one of Georgia 4-H's premier events, and it's one that's really important to us because it teaches kids so many skills. So for any 4th through 12th grader, they can compete in Project Achievement. And Project Achievement is a public speaking contest. So for our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, they can pick any topic of your choice. When I say any topic, anything that they're interested in. Because when we want them to learn public speaking, it's going to make them feel more comfortable if they're speaking about a topic that they actually like. So I've heard y'all, I've heard everything. I have seen presentations on dogs. I have seen them on Minecraft. I've seen them on cooking. I even saw a presentation on the history of Hershey's chocolate, and I learned a lot. I'm telling you, I've heard it all. But the kids had a lot of fun researching and writing their speeches so that they could give their 4 to 6 minute oral presentation. So that's what 4th, 5th, and 6th graders do. They give their topic, they present, and we're just trying to ease them into public speaking. Now, when they get to 7th through 12th grade, they still will do the oral presentation. They can still pick any topic of their choice, except their speeches are a little longer. So middle schoolers, we're looking at 7 to 9 minutes, and our high schoolers, we expect about 10 to 12 minutes. But the difference between the younger kids and our middle and high schoolers is that they actually have a second part of the contest, and they have to submit a portfolio. And what we're teaching there is that portfolio actually it mirrors a resume. And so they have to do a cover letter. So we're teaching them how to write a cover letter. We're trying to teach these job skills so they can be prepared for the workforce. They have to keep everything down to 2 pages. Some of them try to turn in 8 pages. I'm like, no job employer wants to see your 8-page resume. You got to condense the most important things in 2 pages. So we're teaching those skills as well. And so Project Achievement is a wonderful event. It's teaching them those life skills and public speaking skills. And like Jazlyn said, she feels like she's a better speaker because of it. So you purchasing from the 4-H plant sale, you're helping us send these kids to our public speaking contest, helping us purchase poster board for those kids who can't afford that, because I don't ever want cost to be something that holds a kid back from competing in our public speaking contest. So now I'm going to feature another 4-H'er, and this is Amaya. Amaya is one of our new 4-H'ers as well. He is absolutely amazing, and let me tell you his 4-H story and what 4-H means to him. Amaya goes, 4-H has changed me by making me a more interactive person. I feel easier talking to people, and I can easily get them interested in what I'm doing. For example, during our summer virtual series, I taught paper puppets, and a lot of people loved it. I don't want to brag, but a lot of people told me they loved my class. That got me feeling happy and confident. Ever since then, I've not been afraid to talk to people, and I don't really get too shy anymore. I'm glad that 4-H got that out of me. Now I can reach out to people without any fear, and it made me feel much better than keeping to myself and responding in a shy way when someone asks me a question. I thank 4-H for that. Also, 4-H made me independent when I went to Rock Eagle 4-H Center, and I was without my parents, and I had to do stuff all by myself. I already went camping before with my parents, but 4-H showed me how to be around a lot of people all by myself. Overall, 4-H has helped me to develop some personality traits and be the person that I am today. So that is Amaya's story and how 4-H has shaped him. And you guys are helping us do just that by purchasing from our 4-H plant sale fundraiser. So you've learned a little bit more about some of our 4-H'ers. Let's learn about a few more of our brand new plants.
Yes, we have 2 new varieties of hosta. The first one is Hosta Franci. And just in general, I love hostas because they add texture, depth, and some color in the shadiest parts of your yard. So Hosta Franci provides large clumps of big heart-shaped leaves. This one is characterized by dark green leaves that are surrounded by a creamy white margin. So that's unique to Hosta Franci. And in July, you can expect pale lavender flowers to bloom. And you really do need to plant this in partial to full shade. If you put it out in the sun, it will burn. So if you have a shady area in your yard, you definitely want to look at our hostas. So I want to show you in comparison here. We have Hosta Verneuil. If I can put these together, Hosta Verneuil and Hosta Franci. So Hosta Verneuil has a different color theme here. It actually has bluish green leaves with a wide yellow margin, so something different that you can plant in that shady part of your yard, and you get some color in there too. Also has lavender flowers that will bloom, and it gets to about 18 inches in height, the same as the Hosta Franci. Again, make sure you plant this in the shade. They're very happy in the shade. All right. So these are our 2 hostas for 2021. And now, I know Miss Brittany really likes this one. This is Magnolia Brittany. So Magnolia Brittany, I don't know if it's named after you. I'm sorry.
It's named after me?
It's named after you.
It's totally named after me.
So this is really cool because if you've always wanted a southern magnolia in your yard and you don't have the space, this is actually a variety of dwarf magnolia. So a southern magnolia would grow to 60 to 80 feet tall. The Magnolia Brittany grows to about 15 to 20 feet. Okay, so nice and compact. And a southern magnolia will get to 40-foot spread. This one has about an 8 to 10-foot spread, which is pretty cool. It does provide those large, showy, fragrant flowers that are about 10 inches across, so you still get that big, beautiful bloom from this magnolia. You do need to plant it in full sun, and as with other magnolias, it blooms during the summer.
Awesome. I'm so excited about our new hostas. I'm a little partial to being super excited about the Brittany Magnolia. Clearly, I'm a little partial, but we're really excited about those new plants. And I know we have very limited quantity of the Brittany Magnolia, so if you want to get that in, make sure you get your order in early for your Brittany Magnolias. Now back to some of our 4-H youth. So Amaya mentioned, when we showed the picture of Amaya, he talked about how he taught a virtual summer class, and he was really excited that everybody loved his puppet making class. So that just highlights some of the leadership experiences that 4-Hers gain from participating in Cobb County 4-H. We have lots of leadership development opportunities. We have the Teen Leader program where we teach 4-Hers how to be role models and positive role models and leaders for younger 4-Hers. So we go have a Teen Leader certification. We have county council officers where we elect an officer team. They plan our 4-H meetings, they plan the activities. So it is youth run and youth led. And so they are able to work with their fellow 4-Hers to plan exciting programs. And also Georgia 4-H has district and state officers. So we have 4-Hers across the state that are leading the Georgia 4-H program. So there's lots of opportunities for 4-Hers to gain valuable leadership skills through not only Cobb County 4-H, but Georgia 4-H as well. So let's feature our next 4-Her, and that is Malachi. And this is actually, if you see a resemblance, Malachi is actually Kathleen's son, and he has been in 4-H for quite a while now, since really the 4th grade. So he has been a tried and true lifelong 4-Her. He is a junior at Kell now, so 4-H, he truly bleeds green. And so Malachi's experience, and just want to highlight that, is he said that 4-H has given me the opportunity to improve my public speaking at DPA, which that has also been a fun experience every year. And I want you just to hear that last line that Malachi said, and he said fun. And in my next segment, we're going to talk about some of the fun that you can have in 4-H. But we're going to wrap up with featuring a few more of our final plants, and these are ones that I think you're going to like because they're edible.
Yes, we like the edible. All right, so our blueberries, I think that's right. Yeah, blueberries. We always have blueberries at the plant sales, and I'm going to list some of the varieties that we'll have this year. We have Austin, which is so cool because it's actually a UGA developed blueberry. So Austin, we're going to look out for that variety. Brightwell, Powder Blue, and Vernon, we've had those in the past and we're bringing them back because they're awesome blueberry plants. They do great in my yard. And we also are bringing back from last year the Titan blueberry. This is a UGA specialty variety, and the Titan was bred so that the blueberries get really big. They're said to be the size of a quarter. So that's the Titan blueberry. Now, for any of these blueberries, you want to make sure that you plant them with at least one other variety for cross-pollination. For the Titan blueberry, we recommend that you plant them with Brightwell, Powder Blue, or the Vernon. And as with all fruiting plants or vegetables, you definitely want to plant them in full sun. They need that 8 hours of sun. And now we'll move on to our bronze fennel, which is an aromatic perennial herb. Perennial meaning that it will come back every year. This is actually a photo from my yard, and it comes back every year. It does get very tall. It can get up to 6 feet tall. And what's really awesome about bronze fennel is that it's edible. The leaves have a licorice flavor to it, and you can actually harvest the seeds in the fall. Another really cool thing about bronze fennel is that it attracts pollinators, especially the eastern black swallowtail, which is a host for the caterpillars and the butterflies. So this also needs to be planted in full sun to get the most out of your bronze fennel.
Awesome. Thanks, Kathleen. I'm excited about our blueberry varieties, and I might have to try some of the bronze fennel herb in my yard as well. So we have one more 4-H'er that we are going to feature today, and that is Jazlyn. But before I jump right into Jazlyn's story, y'all remember last segment I talked about Malachi and he talked about fun. Well, in 4-H, not only are the kids learning, but they're having a lot of fun too. We take them to we have 5 4-H centers in Georgia, and we get to take them to different conferences where they're learning things, meeting friends from all over the state. We have incentive trips after our big public speaking contest. Last year we were able, this was pre-pandemic, this is back last February, we were able to take our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders that competed at the district public speaking contest, so not the county level, they went to the 2nd level. We were able to take them to Sparkles, and they skated the night away, made new friends, had a lot of fun. In normal summers, we're able to go to summer camp, and that is truly the highlight of a lot of our 4-H'ers 4-H career. Y'all, camp is so much fun. If you've ever been to camp, whether it was 4-H camp, scout camp, church camp, you know just the independence that you gain from being on your own, swimming with your friends, the crafts, the games, the sports, the fun. It is so much fun, and we're able to provide that with 4-H. And our plant sale fundraiser, that allows us to be able to offset the cost for these kids, helps us pay for transportation, helps for us to provide scholarships for kids. When they look at the cost of camp, they're like, I'm not going to even take this home to my mom because I know she's not going to be able to help me pay to go to camp. But when I get to tell a 4-H'er, hey, I have a 4-H camp scholarship so that you too can go to camp, it will change you when you see the look on that 4-H'er's face. So this fundraiser is a huge way to help these kids have fun. So let's talk about Jazlyn. This is our last 4-H'er feature of today. And let me tell you a little bit about what Jazlyn says. So Jazlyn said, I have enjoyed being in 4-H for the past 6 years. Through 4-H, I have met so many people, and I have been given so many opportunities, such as competing at District Project Achievement. District Project Achievement, and we call it DPA, we use a lot of acronyms in 4-H, but DPA is one of my favorite 4-H activities because it has helped me overcome a fear of public speaking. I can't see myself today without 4-H. That statement right there, and I wanted to end with Jazlyn because of what she said there, is that last statement I want to hone in on because she said, I can't see myself today without 4-H. 4-H has changed her. It has shaped her. It has helped her come out of her comfort zone. It's helped her to gain new skills. And that's what we're trying to do with our 4-H plant sale fundraiser. And we so appreciate all the support from our patrons in the past. Y'all have been so gracious. We have lots of repeat customers that come back because they love their plants. And we want any of you guys who've come before, come on back to the 2021 plant sale. Help us to raise money for these awesome kids. We have lots of programs. We have archery, like shooting sports. We have all kinds of fun things. We have horse and pony, cooking club, everything. And for our new patrons, you're just now tuning in, you're like, oh my goodness, the plant sale. This is pretty cool. We'd love to have you be a new customer. Now, we've talked about the plants today, and we've talked about the 4-H feature, and I've talked about this fundraiser, but how do you purchase from the 4-H plant sale? So Kathleen, tell us, how can they purchase from the 4-H plant sale?
All right, so the brochure comes out fairly soon, and the orders will be open from January 4th all the way through March 5th. So you have a couple of months to peruse the brochure and put your orders in. So for those who are repeat patrons, you should be getting a brochure in the mail and in your email. So for our new patrons, you can come to our website. It's ugaextension.org/cobb, or you can call our office at 770-528-4070, and we can get a brochure in the mail to you. Now, how to pay. So You can walk your brochure in, your mail order, your order form, and you can pay at our office, at the Cobb County Extension office, and that's located at 678 South Cobb Drive in Marietta. And you can pay with check, money order, cash, credit card. We take Visa, MasterCard, and Discovery. If you are going to mail your order form in, which you can do, you can mail it in with a check or money order. Now, all checks should be made out to Cobb County Extension /4H. So there's several ways that you can pay for your order. The deadline is super important. It's Friday, March 5th at 5 p.m. If you're mailing in your order, it needs to be postmarked by March 5th. Okay? Now, say you go ahead and order your plants. The next step that we recommend is getting a soil test. You can actually get a soil test done at our office. It's $9, and that will help you determine the best way to grow your plants once you pick them up. Brittany, can you tell our patrons more about that pickup day?
Absolutely. So once you've gone through the pre-sale, you've ordered your plants, you've done your soil sample, how do you get your plants? So we're going to have a big Cobb 4-H plant sale pickup day, and that's going to be on Saturday, March the 20th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Jim Miller Park, and it's going to be in the covered pavilion. So what we're going to do is we are doing a drive-through plant sale. That was a huge hit last year. We didn't mean to do it like that last year. That's what 2020 did to us. But actually, sometimes the best things can come from getting creative when you have a wrench in your schedule. So it will be a drive-through pickup. And just remember that all proceeds go to the Cobb County 4-H program and the Cobb County A&R program. So this is what we need you to do at this point. Now you know about it. You need to tell everybody. Tell your family, tell your neighbors, tell your coworkers, tell your church members, tell the person down the street, hey, Cobb 4-H plant sale, it's a great cause and you can add that pop of color to your yard. Put it on the Nextdoor app, wherever you want to do. Help us spread the word because this 4-H Cobb, the Cobb 4-H plant sale fundraiser is here to help kids. Y'all heard the stories. You see some of these awesome 4-Hers here on the screen. All proceeds are going for a fantastic cause. Now remember, we are dressed up today really, really nicely, Kathleen and I. Obviously, I like to dress up, but remember, we are channeling our inner Audrey Hepburn. And remember, our plant sale theme this year is based off of the Audrey Hepburn quote, "To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow." And we know that 2021 is going to be a way better year. We're going to believe it. And we're going to see it. And so add that pop of color to your yard while helping out a great cause at the same time by purchasing from the 2021 Cobb 4-H Plant Sale Fundraiser. So that's our show today. Thank you so much for joining us on the Extension Network, and we hope to see you in 2021 as we give you your fantastic plants from the Cobb 4-H Plant Sale.